What is going on, everybody? I am Jimbo Thick. Welcome back to our Alien RPG. This is the Echoes of Titans campaign. I'm, of course, your game mother for the night, Jimbo Thick. We have the full cast and crew at our disposal, and we have quite the game ahead of us. So last we left off, our colonists and crew have gathered in Valkova's laboratory, a figure of prominence across EOS in the campaign thus far. But as we discovered, it has been assaulted and subsequently overran with strange creatures as some UPP dissidents that were perhaps dispersed after what can only be described as a cleansing of them at the behest of both Mr. Dawson and Corporal Graves, setting the people on fire and dispersing them out into the wilderness. They've been seeking vengeance, it appears, and have assaulted the laboratory. One that we discovered Dr. Bering was in fact the charge of. As you moved into the facility, you discovered disturbing creatures, neomorphs, as Dr. Bering knows them. And all of you, after moving down into the second sub-basement level, into the Xenotechnology wing, finding Dr. Bering, able to rescue him, and survive some very close encounters with some of these creatures. You began to explore deeper into the facility, looking for the source of whatever kind of static device or whatever's causing the blackout with the facility and the outside world, as well as possibly either confronting or finding out where the mysterious Dr. Kranev is, as he apparently has been the leader assaulting this facility. And you were told by a quite innocent group of technicians that were only scared for their lives that they described Dr. Kranev and his cronies moving through the facility before they were ultimately infected. And we had Marshal Sweetman put down a couple people as one of them's head exploded and kind of burst backwards like a Pez dispenser, and a creature tried to attack Dr. Salvatore. She was trying to help them, which then led into Mr. Sweetman gunning them down. And ultimately, as we were ending the session, as you'd gone as you were pursuing deeper into the Xenotechnology wing, and you kind of discovered the central hub of where a lot of Volkovas research was done into similar headspaces that you saw, helmets and things, all connected to a alien, I want to say almost like a supercomputer, stem in the center of the structure. That Dr. Bering's assistant, Arena, had Talia. Mara was the technician that he shot. So Talia had begun to cough.
Was a mercy. Don't say it like that. It was a mercy.
Talia began to cough.
Call me a Space Marine.
Extremely scared as the rest of you kind of pulled your guns on her, and she took off. Dr. Salvatore tried to calm her down. Ultimately, she panicked with the door to the which corridor was it? This would be the, hold please, the Symbiosis Research Corridor was open, and she ran inside with Dr. Salvatore chasing after her. This corridor also is the location of the med pods that you'll probably need for one Jack Dawson and Dr. Bering. But that's what we're picking up. I do believe that Mr. Sweetman, I almost forgot, but after reviewing the footage, you were holding an Overwatch action should anybody take off running. So it's up to you now. if you want to
Shoot
her,
her.
or if you're going to let Dr. Salvatore just chase her down. That's up to you.
Shoot her.
In the mindset that I was in the previous session as player, and in Sandy's mind at the time, we suffer and no fools at this point. And it's dogs go down, you know. And I hate to be like that, but the good Marshall has seen enough of these xenomorph shenanigans. And he'd be taking aim to as Dr. Berry, has given grace, so we'll give her a mercy.
Oh yes, sure, of course. Go ahead and give me a range combat roll. It will be, so this would be normal range, which I think is a -1. Medium range, yes, -1. So you get +2 for aiming, because that's what you were doing in Overwatch. So you get it, then you get a -1 for the medium range. So, and then that drops you to a +1, then plus whatever the guns pluses are.
All right. Okay, so ranged combat. That's 8 plus my stress, but I'm -1, so that only gives me 1 there. Okay, so with the shotgun, here we go. So that's 3 successes with 1 failure on the stress.
Okay.
So I got to roll for panic.
Roll for panic.
Keeping it
Wait. I
together.
think you had the revolver.
Oh, then that revolver is medium
Gonna be
range,
fine.
so I shouldn't have to take a ding for it then. But it gets no bonuses anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, all that pretty much still stays the same.
It's not going to matter. Sweetman, you put a round in her back, and before Dr. Salvatore can even breach the corridor, just a spray of blood out of her chest into the dark corridor that's beginning to, the lumens are beginning to kind of flicker alive as she falls and skids into the next corridor, and she's not moving.
This was
right.
for clarification. This was not Dr. Bering's direct
Yes, it
subordinate,
was.
right?
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
No, it was Talia right after she
Yes.
spurned my advances.
What happened to Mara then, the other woman?
I had to shoot her because she was infected.
Okay.
Dr. Bering shot her. You guys have systematically killed all the survivors.
Okay. Right. Lost track.
Yeah,
Lot of death. Yeah.
Yes.
A lot more death than usual.
Yes. Well, that was quick. That brings me to the next session then, if we're going to just go from that, unless you guys want to yell at each other or anything about what just happened.
Sweetman, that was good job. You don't know how many lives you saved right there. Once they're infected, it's over. There's no coming back. You don't know how many we've lost in the experiments just trying to bring them back.
Dr. Bering.
But please help me get to the med bay.
Dr. Bering, are you saying Talia was infected?
Yes, she was. I'm sorry, I can barely breathe.
But she was in the room with you, Dr. Bering.
She was infected with subordination. I just need to get to the med pod. As a player, I forgot that she was not infected, and that made my speech make me look even more heinous. I'm so sorry.
As far as you know, you're not sure. She just began
I
to
thought
cough.
I thought she coughed.
She
bro.
coughed.
That's it. Once you cough, it's over. It's like COVID, man.
She
you
coughed
just take him out
and then
back.
looked
She looked
around.
I'm serious.
She coughed, and that's when everybody turned on her. And
Yep.
See, I'm not playing
Nasal
Wolfer,
drip.
man. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah.
you were, and I will say, at the end of the session, we had Dr. Salvatore and Dr. Bering. You were beginning to move towards her as she was fleeing, and that's when you saw the proximity alert for the incoming UPP operatives that were invading the first floor, and they had walked in your beloved co-pilot Sophie Kim at gunpoint. So, as she lays there, unmoving, Dr. Salvatore, as you look down, the Symbiosis research corridor is laid bare before you. The corridor beyond the interface lab where you are feels different. It feels quiet, somehow heavy. The hum of the lab equipment fades behind you if you are beginning to walk inside, replaced by a low rhythmic vibration that seems to pulse through the floor and walls. The air is a little bit warmer here, moist with condensation, carrying the faint smell of copper and antiseptic over something deeper, that sickly sweet scent of resin and decay that never really leaves this place. The white lights begin to flicker intermittently along the ceiling panels, cutting through wisps of vapor that drift like ghosts. The floor is steel mesh beneath your boots, slick in places with patches of dark, sticky fluid. Blood, coolant, maybe a little bit of both. Along the walls, the architecture begins to change. The straight lines of human construction start to bend, curve, and melt into something more organic. You can see faint striations in the metal, sinewy patterns that look like muscle fiber pressed beneath glass. Cables hang like tendons, pulsing faintly with energy. There is kind of like half-buried UPP insignias are still visible underneath what looks like resin that is beginning to coat places where the project's names once were. And you can see faintly Symbiosis Research Division Section 3B, Volkova Initiative / Apex Predator Development Program. Beneath it, in smaller Weyland-Yutani tag glows dimly through the grime, reading property of Weyland-Yutani Biosystems, subject to corporate reclamation.
I guess I'll turn to Dr. Bering and say, trying to cure?
Oh, it's a pesticide we're working on. Sometimes to really get an infestation out, you just got to have a really aggressive way to do it. And so we've just been working on some different life form experiments down here to achieve that. It's it's a hall of miracles. You just don't even know.
Do we see the med pods or any indication of where the med pods may be?
So at the midpoint of the corridor, there's a wide glass door. Above it, it says medical room. Well, specifically it says, you see the medical symbols, but it actually says symbiotic treatment ward.
Yeah, don't ask me questions about that. It's exactly what you think it is. Come on, your pilot's about to die over there, and I'm right behind him. Let's go get us in the pods, please.
How is Dr. Bering looking? Does he look like... Do I have any reason to think that he's infected? Other than, like the others, like at that
there's a
stage
cough.
of infection.
There's a cough.
You would need to study him.
Can I watch his behavior on the way? Because, I mean, I know what they looked like before they had things lurching out of them. And also, Drake was exposed.
A few
Jack
people have been exposed.
We've all been exposed. Okay.
So...
What's up, Sandy?
I will say, without a proper, taking time to diagnose him, looking in his eyes, up with a flashlight, going over his vitals, all that stuff, it's going to be impossible to diagnose him without actually sitting down and doing so.
All right.
I'm gonna be in a machine that heals me, though, which you're a doctor proficient in how it works, I'm sure, and can probably gather any information you need from it. I think I just metagamed. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. But
yeah, but I'm also at this point I'm skeptical that you're leading us to that. I'm skeptical. Highly skeptical now that we've walked into the Apex Predator ward, development ward. That's kind of.
I have never had an ulterior motive in this game at all. I don't know where this is coming from. I've never
I
played
know.
a character with no ulterior
Right.
motive. Ever.
Yeah, I have no reason to believe you, but yeah, we are kind of desperate because Jack is human soup. So,
Well, I guess
well,
as you're
Dr. Bering lead
shuffling,
the way.
all right, as he's stumbling through,
Bloody handprints on the bulkheads.
Yeah, I'm gonna like tap Drake and kind of eyeball Dr. Bering and see if he's smelling the same level of bullshit as me, just visually.
Yeah, Drake has been focused on Dr. Bering for a long
Okay.
time.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have my stun baton out and ready because I don't know what's about to jump out at us.
okay.
So,
Your other companion, Graves, she walks up close to you, Mariko, and she kind of taps you on the shoulder, and she gets close enough to whisper to you to where it's not like not on the comms. She says, if you don't feel comfortable, I could always take care of him for you, quietly, when no one else is around.
It makes him a move against us. Do what you need to.
Okay. You see her one hand on this large knife that she has, like, at her hip. Business as usual. And
For the colony.
You begin to, for the colony. You begin to proceed down the corridor. All of you all of you that have like visors, they begin to like fog. Humidity begins to kind of condense on the surface of your visor, so you have to like wipe it away. It's starting to get there's a lot more heat coming the further into this corridor that you walk. As you make it to the midpoint, the wide glass doors slide open with a reluctant hiss, revealing a chamber that looks half hospital, half autopsy theater. The symbiotic treatment ward is lit by flickering surgical lamps that cast long, sterile beams across rows of med pods. Cylindrical medical capsules lined along the walls. Each pod hums faintly. The glass covers fogged from the inside with frost and moisture. These are not the standard med pods that Dr. Bering was metagaming about. This is something much different. Some are open. Their interiors dark and empty. Others are still sealed, glowing faintly from within with cold blue light. The smell of antiseptic and iron is overwhelming. The sterile cleanliness masking something rotten beneath. There are Weyland-Yutani and UPP markings that have been scratched out or overwritten. A hand-painted label scrawled in red reads Volkova Series Trials, Neural Bond Stability. There are a few different pods, and so you could see into some of these as you're moving into this large kind of amphitheater kind of corridor. There are open ones that are available for placing some of your party members in to see how that goes. But if you would like to get details on what's in some of the other pods, I can give them to you.
I mean,
Sure,
details?
why not? This is
Yeah, I mean,
not at all what I expected.
I would love to hear.
All right. So, as you're kind of looking around,
bro.
there is you come across one of the first pods you come to is Subject A-09. Inside lies a human torso fused with a strange-looking spinal ridge. There are
Just the
black,
torso?
just the torso.
Okay.
There are black resin threads winding through the bone like veins of glass. The body, what's left of it, is twitching slightly, nerves firing reflexively despite the subject's death.
Oh,
I got a quick
Put
question.
me at ease, really put me at ease.
Yes, there's more. I've got a lot more.
Oh, I'm sure, but I want to just
continue.
answer that real quick. When did Dr. Bering come and take over this program? Because
So-
this is not my program.
No,
I
no.
did take it over. So
Now
am I
this
responsible for this abomination you're describing here?
this room, Dr. Bering, like you guys have been coming down here recently, like you recently kind of got access to these corridors, but this is, from what you understand, this is leftover research from Volkova's experiments. This is the original research.
Okay.
Will they believe you? I don't know, but
Yeah.
as far as you know,
But I have seen this room before.
you've been inside this room before. You haven't. It's not your specialty. You're kind of waiting on a specialist to come actually dig into this particular kind of biological research. But you have been in this room before. But there is more. If we would like to do that.
I'll be quiet, please.
All right. Another pod is subject C-13. The glass is cracked, interior dark with residue. When the light hits it, who's investigating this pod? As you guys are kind of like looking around, I need a person.
Sure, why not? I want to make sure nothing's damaged, I guess, from the attack.
Dr. Bering.
Do I already know?
Dr. Bering doesn't have a flashlight, but
Ah.
so as you're kind of looking, Dr. Bering, you look over it. When the light hits it from one of your companions as they're scanning the room with their headlamps, you can see faint handprints inside. Not from escape, but from desperate clawing, as if the occupant tried to dig itself out. Tiny splatters of translucent resin cling to the edges. Spore growths of birthing fluid. A nearby monitor loops an error text. Containment failure, cultured merged with host. Biological signature no longer human. Then we move to the next pod. Subject E22. This one is still intact. Inside, floats suspended in some kind of fluid. A synthetic body, and you can tell it's synthetic because it has no clothes, and it's like Ken doll smooth, like there's no gender. It's pale, featureless, suspended in this clear fluid. Its chest cavity is open. Cables and tubes snaking into a dark resin core that pulses faintly with amber light. There's a note scrawled on the pod frame. Test bed for transfer model. Host matrix incomplete. Requires compatible neural seed. The pod hums faintly. And for a moment, who's investigating this one? Sweetman, as you're looking at it for a moment, the lights flicker across the synthetic's eyes. A faint, ghostly glow, like something stirring inside. And then the final pod that is of note is unmarked. The pod's identification has been scraped off. Inside, a shriveled mass of fused tissue. Human limbs melted into something boneless and serpentine. The inner walls are etched with glyphs that pulse faintly in reaction to motion. So whoever's walking past this one, your movement triggers the lights to come on inside the pod. Almost like a proximity sensor. And who would be the daring individual that walked close to this pod? Dr. Salvatore. The pod systems begin to emit a low, mournful tone. The air pressure drops slightly, as though the room itself just exhaled. And then it returns to normal. There are plenty of empty pods. Oh, another detail. There is a ceiling rail system above the med pods that runs in a circular crane track with mechanical arms, surgical limbs tipped with scalpels and needles. And as there's like power fluctuations, some of them occasionally twitch as if they still have power running to them. There is a large central workstation covered in scattered printouts and hollow sheets. Most of it in reference to Volkova's research. There also is what looks like what can only be described as, well, Dr. Salvatore and Dr. Bering would kind of recognize DNA splicing. Dr. Bering just from being in close proximity to this research. Dr. Salvatore more from like medical schooling and things that you'd went through previously. And you can see aspects of the human genome and something else being added to it. One of the neurological maps is labeled pathogen neural vectors, non-terrestrial logic structure. There's also a monitor that is looping a test log. You hear a smooth woman's voice with a Russian accent. It keeps saying over and over, the pathogen does not affect, it adapts. The host becomes the architecture. Control is not given, it's earned. And it just loops over and over again.
I am, to fulfill the drama of trying to get here, gonna stagger towards a med pod that I believe would be appropriate, and I'm gonna point out the one right next to it that I know would be appropriate. For here, you can get him in there, and if there's some kind of access code or something like that they need, I will shout that out to them. And
these are open.
Dr. Salvatore, the files you want are over the table there. Take your pick. I've got to get in here.
So, Dr. Bering, these med pods are of UPP design. They are of a much older fashion, a lot more utilitarian and less sophisticated than the ones that we get in like some of the movies and things like that. A lot more basic and probably a lot more invasive in nature. As you crawl into the pod, it's got that kind of like 80s padding, like those little circular rings padding as you kind of lay into it. Someone from the outside has to actually close the pod itself and get the machinery working.
Salvatore, would you do the honors? Shut the device, so get to work.
Dawson is lowered into another one of the pods. Who would like to make a Comtech roll?
Oh, I'm in the pod, so I can't.
Guess what? Dawson and Dr. Bering are inside the pods, so I need one of the three of you.
Does anyone have Comtech?
To make a Comtech roll.
No, none of us have Comtech.
Nope.
Let's see. What's the next skill? Okay, who has the highest wits?
I have 5 in wits.
I'm about to say Sweetman's pretty savvy when it comes to some stuff. You will get a +2 to this roll for Dr. Bering coaching you through it.
All right.
I have 4 wits.
Let's give it a shot. I'll go first.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot.
Sweetman comes over to the console. Sweetman, are you at Dr. Bering's console or Jack Dawson's console? Because this might be important depending on how this roll goes.
I'd say I'm gonna fix up good doctor first.
Oh yeah. Let's get him fixed up.
All right. So I get a +2.
You get +2 to this roll because Dr. Bering was kind of walking you through the process before the pod was closed.
Hey, in the best sense of everything, I got a success, but I also got a panic on my stress.
Well, let's see
if I keep it together. If I cook him inside the
the other one.
Panic roll. Hey, keeping it together.
Keep it together. No. Okay. With a
success, on it tonight. He's riding that edge, man.
So with a success,
you've been a true hero tonight, Sweetman, in many ways.
Unfortunately, it wasn't 2 successes because then you wouldn't have to do this a second time. But
yeah, that's cool.
You begin
Can
to
I get
type
another
in.
dice? Can this give me a point in contact now? Since
It does.
since I succeed.
Whenever you go
Yeah,
to
next time?
XP, yeah, you can put a point
Because
in
I
contact.
successfully did the thing. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
going
exactly.
forward, I'm going to be your guy if I don't.
But
Right.
Sweetman, you go ahead and plug in the necessary information that needs to be plugged in. And this keyboard is like in Cerulean, so it's in
Yeah.
like Russian. So you don't even
That's awesome.
know exactly what all the keys are, but you're kind of just pressing them, laid out as if it was a normal keyboard.
And the backwards R. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
So you type in the things, Dr. Bering. There's a moment of horror on your face as you're not sure if he input the right sequence or not. But then the rails begin to move above. They kick in, and these robotic arms move over Dr. Bering's pod. They begin to move down. And as they do, there is a hatch above the pod that kind of unseals itself. The arms move into place and there's a hiss as they click in. The arms begin to very robotically extend downwards and begin to assess Dr. Bering. As they assess you, they go over your leg as well as various other injuries that you have. And let's see how you do, Dr. Bering. I need you to give me a stamina roll. Because this is probably going to hurt.
You think?
Real bad.
Why am I still awake? Why hasn't it like give me this shot like when you go get a real operation?
Well, I'm getting to that in a moment, so we'll see how this goes for you.
Oh, I got a lot of stress dice. I just don't want the stress dice on this roll for once. Let me see here. Okay. I'm a bitch. I got a success and I got a space hugger.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for panic. Let's see how you do on that. If you don't freak out completely, we'll see how this goes.
Bitch. I got a 8, but I have nerves of steel, so that brings me down to a 6.
Okay, yeah.
So keep it together, yeah.
So keeping it
All
together.
right.
All right. So with that, Dr. Bering, you begin to, as a syringe comes down, and as it jabs itself in your neck, you realize that there's nothing in it.
Oh Jesus! What?
Yeah, there's nothing in it, and you
Nice knowing you guys.
You kind of like grab it and you kind of like pull your head away before it plunges, and it looks like there should be some kind of fluid inside, but there is not. And as you move away, it just air presses against your neck where you are almost killed. It moves away, and then without anesthetic, the arms begin to perform surgery on you. And Dr. Bering is, with one success, you get to be conscious for this entire thing, Dr. Bering, as you're screaming in the pod, slightly muffled from the thick glass as the rest of you watch, especially you, Sweetman. You watch as this thing starts stitching up his leg. And it's not very...
You pushed the wrong button!
It's not very subtle in how it does so. So while that's happening, it looks like the process is going to take around...
I've been through worse. You'll be fine, Doc.
There's kind of like a timer, and it looks like it's going to take about 20 minutes to stitch Dr. Bering up.
Oh, the absolute trauma of it all.
All right,
Dr.
Jack,
Bering,
you're next.
Yeah, Dr. Bering, your stress goes up by 1 from
Just one.
this horrible thing happening to you. You move over to Dawson, Mr.
Yeah.
Sweetman.
Yeah.
Dawson's laying in the pod. He has his suit off, clutching at trying to keep his guts inside of him. Dr.
Does he find me
Salvatore is,
attractive?
of course he does. Look at you. Look at you. Look at that athletic, that slim
It's fine,
athletic.
bro.
About as handsome as anyone
Jeff
can be.
Bull
Goldblum in the
You got it,
back
bro,
of the
you
truck,
got it.
sort of.
Exactly. You're like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
you're getting in that
fuck,
pod
bro.
right now.
Oh, I was thinking of Jurassic Park when
Jurassic
he was
Park,
on the
shirt
table.
open?
I was thinking
Okay,
Jurassic
oh yeah,
Park,
yeah. I
but we
mean,
could
yeah,
do
you're
Fly.
right. You're right. You know.
He's got
Yeah,
the look.
sexy. When I talk about sexy Jeff Goldblum, and your immediate thought is, yes, The Fly.
The Fly.
Fly.
Where he was peak Jeff Goldblum.
Of course, Anthony would think The Fly.
Of course, that's one of my favorite Goldblum movies. I'm sorry.
It's great.
So
it's
hot.
so good. So good.
Okay. Well,
Do I get another? Can I have +3 since I was successful on the first one?
unfortunately, no, because there's actually stunts for that. So you still get a +2.
Okay.
Go
Let
ahead
me
and make
try
your
this
roll.
again. All right. Jack fucking Dawson's on the line here.
He's on the line. Don't mess us up.
Oh, 2 successes with no facehuggers.
All right, 2 successes. So
Yeah.
not only can you, this is a Comtech roll, so you're getting in there.
Done.
You have
Done.
you have some options.
Yeah.
So with this, there are a couple things you can get from this. Not needing to overcome this same task again, you can bank that. You can have the time for the surgery. You can get new and unexpected information, or you can show off.
Is Jack Dawson gonna go through the same procedure that I'm going through right now?
Yeah, he's about to make a stamina roll.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so.
Should have that time for him, bro. Since you guys are all clicked up over there.
Yeah. Gosh. You know. Yeah. Let's cut that time in half.
Okay. All right. So
That's what
somehow,
I'll do.
working in the program, you're able to get the arms moved over a little more quickly than what Dr. Bering had. A new set kind of comes over. These ones appear to be more lubricated than the ones that were given to Dr. Bering.
no.
Jack, I need you to make a stamina roll. You don't want to fail this.
You don't want to fail it.
1 success on the regular roll.
That's
and
good, that's good.
then 1 success on the stress roll.
2 successes. Jack Dawson hammering it out. With 2 successes, I'll let you choose how you want to stunt this, Jack. Do you want to just grit your teeth and take this like a champ as it's sewing you up? Or would you like to become unconscious willingly? To not have to feel what's happening to you?
I want some sleep, so I will willingly go unconscious. Get this 20-minute nap in.
So the syringe moves down, and you see that it's empty, Jack. The Sweetman warned you after what happened to Dr. Bering. And it doesn't even get into your neck. You kind of just move out of the way, and it kind of, the air presses against your flesh for a moment, pulls away, and similar to what happened to Dr. Bering, the arms, the reticulating kind of arms begin to look around you, and they focus mostly on your gut. And as soon as they touch your flesh and you feel that hot pain, you go almost white, and then you don't scream. You just kind of and you just lay back. And you take a little nap. Your stress is going to go down by 1, Jack.
Yeah.
And you only have to go through surgery for about 10 minutes. So what are the rest of you doing? Why this is happening? Are you exploring further?
I'm not going very far from Dr. Bering, who I'm assuming knows more about this place than me. I'm going to use my signature item to calm down a little bit,
Okay.
just in case.
What is your signature item?
And the dog tags of Iago. So just thinking about him a little bit, thinking about where I'm at, and I would like to try to examine some of what's around us right now.
Sure.
Is there not that I have any comm, but are there any computer terminals or anything in here that would be of interest?
There's a large central terminal in here, if you guys want to look at it.
I'd like to.
Didn't you say there was like a bunch of notes on a table too?
Yes, there is. There were all these notes that kind of laid out, hollow tabs and things. That was that's where I was giving you kind of like the DNA splicing, just kind of stuff laid out at workstations and things throughout the room.
If it's in English, Could I?
Some of it's in English, some of it isn't. Some of it's in Russian. It appears to be like old research.
Okay.
Some of the newer stuff that you see in English appears to be probably some technicians or whoever Dr. Bering had tasked to this room trying to translate and recover information. Not so much repeating experiments yet, but a lot of stuff.
Old stuff. This isn't stuff Dr. Bering has done, I can gather.
When taking time to look at it, you kind of get to see that a lot of this is old.
Okay.
All these experiments are preserved in these pots. These are almost like stasis. There's almost like a stasis feel to some of it. And I will give you something else. I will give you one more thing. Well, no. I need somebody to make a contact roll on the central terminal to gather specific evidence.
Sandy, do you have the highest? Like, are you a 5 wits? Okay. See if Sandy can help me.
Yeah, I'll. If you want to.
For this, Dr. Salvatore calls you over, asking you to kind of break into, or not so much break into, but get into this computer mainframe to see if there's anything worth seeing while you guys are just taking time. You will get a +1 to this roll, Sandy, because Dr. Salvatore is attempting to aid you.
Got it. Let's see if good Sandy keeps rolling.
Okay.
Hey, that's a success, baby. I got this contact thing unlocked.
All right. So, with that, you actually get a personal log from Dr. Irina Volkova. It is, oh no, it's not actually. Excuse me. You've already received this log. You actually grabbed the other information because you guys rolled really well earlier. All right. You get something that appears to be buried deep in this, behind like a firewall, actually, Sweetman. Something that it looked like, the only reason why you recover this is because it's on a flash drive next to the terminal, and it's marked with important on it in English, as if somebody had already pulled this off the computer. But you move over, and as you get into the terminal, you don't see anything too interesting, nothing you can understand, like research notes and things. But you grab, and I shouldn't say flash drive, these are like data disks. You grab like the floppy disk, basically, and plug it into the side. As you do, you get an old message that is file designation Project Cyclops, eyes only, from Acheron Relay Node 07. This appears to have been highly encrypted at the time. It has been translated because it was originally in Russian. The entry begins. Assistant Theta 4, Volkova Research Station. You have done well maintaining proximity to Dr. Volkova without drawing her suspicion. The data fragments you've relayed confirm what I have long suspected. She has achieved what the Directorate seemed impossible. The cerebral mesh is functioning, and she has stabilized the organic-synthetic link that eluded my own prototypes. Understand this. Her research represents the culmination of the Cyclops Initiative. She may believe her work is her own, but her foundation rests upon my earlier lattice equations and bioresonant synchronization studies. She has found the missing biological compensator, the living component that adapts faster than our code. That discovery cannot remain buried in any vault. Volkova is frightened. She believes the signal inside the resin is alive, perhaps even aware. Do not challenge her delusion. It keeps her cautious, isolated, and predictable. Continue reinforcing her paranoia toward the Directorate. If she cuts contact completely, we lose our window. Your next objective Secure a complete copy of her neurointerface firmware and the biosignal map labeled Mesh Sequence 7. The file is likely partitioned between her terminal and the Vault's auxiliary core. You will require her clearance key. Observe her during calibratization cycles and note her gesture pattern at the console. She still relies on manual code entry. Once you have the data, prepare it for extraction through the neural cargo transfer outpost at Titan's Rest. You will make contact with our courier using the phrase Black Crescent phase aligned. They will handle the rest. Do not underestimate her. If she suspects your allegiance, she will not confront you. She will lock you in with it. This discovery will vindicate years of exile and failure. You are the hand that will deliver it. Professor Mikhail Zhukov, Department of Advanced Neuromechanics, former director, Project Cyclops Initiative.
What was the name of the gentleman with the hat that we met that almost killed all of us?
That is Dr. Kranev.
Okay. Is there any indication of who Mikhail was talking to?
It just says assistant. It doesn't list a name. It just has Theta 4, Assistant
Okay.
Theta 4.
Assistant Theta 4. All right. Well, definitely logging all of that, grabbing all that information, collecting what I can. Is there any indication of how to? That's probably, I know this is far reach, of any idea of a direction we should go to stop whatever this resin is from infecting and taking over and killing all of us? No? Okay. Just how to infect people with it and stabilize it. Good.
The majority of this research seems to be geared towards, from what you are mulling over, it's being geared towards manipulating DNA to make it compatible with a transference of some kind.
That's
Not necessarily create. The goal of Volkova's research doesn't appear to be making monsters. That seems to be a secondary effect. Her primary objective appears to be constructing some way to allow the human consciousness to transfer into something else.
Very interesting. All right. And no other monsters really stand out? Nothing.
No,
Like
you
a little-
do. So some of the DNA, give me a. Oh man, we'll call this an observation roll.
Okay.
But, well, you know what? It's going to be a medical aid roll, but using wits. So if you have any
Okay.
points in medical aid, you can put it towards your wits.
If I have any points in the clay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. 2 successes, no fails on stress.
Okay. 2 successes. With 2 successes, you have been studying some of the flora and fauna of Eos. What you see as you're looking at this is you're seeing that there are markers popping up for a creature that you have encountered before.
Is it covered in spooky stuff and solid white?
No.
Oh, not that one.
This is something you studied at
This
your
worm.
lab. It is actually not the worms. It appears to be the little bit of DNA that you've collected of the canyon lurkers.
Yeah, the big white, like that creepy thing.
Yes.
Wasn't it solid
yes.
white?
There was an albino one. Yes.
It was like covered in wires and weird
It
stuff, like
had, it
missing
does
an eye.
have some weird stuff on it, yes. The original one that attacked you guys did not look like that.
No.
But you do see that there is some kind of markers that you're seeing that coincide with that creature.
That's terrifying, but okay. All right.
New and unexpected information, one might say.
Yes. Point of XP, might say. But sorry. Oh, God. All right. So, does it look like, would I be able to, I don't know if I'd be able to figure this out. Would this give me any indication? Is this like a chicken or an egg thing? Does it seem like they were studying that creature and they found some of that DNA here, or that this DNA came first and then the creature may have been developed from that?
That is going to be difficult to figure out in a short time period.
Okay.
That would take like a shift of pouring through research.
Then I will try to download all this research or collect it, or however I would do that.
And you have you have like some data disks, and you're able to hook them up, and you begin copying files, putting them on little data files, and then collecting them in your bag for research purposes, not to.
Oh yeah, I need to know what's happening.
Yeah, not to give them anyone or anything like that.
No, absolutely not. No. I mean, for the situation we're in. No.
Everyone's stress can go down by 2. Collectively, all of you lose 2 points of stress just from being in this kind of, though it is creepy and kind of unnerving, you are relatively left alone until the surgery for Dr. Bering is finished. Does anybody want to risk an observation roll?
What do you mean risk?
Sweetman does. Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
every time you roll, there's a chance for you to freak out with your.
Oh, that's true.
rolls.
I guess
So,
It's true.
this is not mandatory. It's just something if you guys want to. Like, there's
Let's
other
see if
stuff in
there's
this
some,
room.
I mean, it's Sandy's nature.
Can I help him?
Sure. Yeah, you can give him
Yeah.
+1 dice to this.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see how it goes. Man, look at them 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you get 2 things then. One is you see one of the med pods, the one next to Dr. Bering. The one that has... It doesn't... It's cracked, and there was like strange stuff inside of it. You can't, like, there was faux handprints and things inside of it, but there was nothing to see. There is a little message that begins to pull up in corrupted glyph-like script, not Russian, and something alien begins to come up on this little data pad. You're not exactly sure what it says. In addition to that, as you're kind of looking around, both you and Graves kind of like trying to take stock of the room, looking for possible threats. You see that there's like some of the resin-coated walls, and Sweetman, you're the first one to notice it as you kind of get close to inspect one of them. There appears to be a faint pulse running through the walls, and it takes you a moment, but then you realize that it has a rhythm. Thump, 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 thump.
Oh no.
Something seems familiar about it, and then that's when you realize it is synchronized in rhythm to your own heartbeat. Thump, 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 thump.
Well, that's not unnerving at all. Graves, you feel that? Wonder, you feel your heartbeat or mine?
And
Synchronizing both of your arms.
Yeah.
Also, a question.
Yes.
Can we just use that our observation rule as well for, like, you had mentioned there were people coming in the first floor.
There were.
I remember there being a lot of like hostile things up there.
Yes, there were.
We left. I don't know how deep we're down. Do we hear any gunfire or anything in the distance, or?
Not that you can hear. Now, you keep in mind, you guys are several sealed rooms past the elevator shaft. So
Okay.
maybe something's happening. You don't know.
Okay, just checking.
You haven't had anything insane happen yet.
Are there any cameras, consoles, anything, guard shack? Nothing. Probably not. Okay.
Nothing.
Is there anything else of interest here? Is there anything else now that we feel comfortable that things are not going to jump out and kill us? Yeah.
Dr. Baring's pod opens. He's
Aside from
Oh my god, I can't believe it happened.
takes a moment for his stress to kind of like come down, but with the rest of you. But both you and Dawson are fully healed.
Oh shit, that's great.
And the rest of us regaining health in this downtime?
Yes. Any of you that had lost health, you would be regained. You would have it back.
I mean, I'd just be kind of looking around too with everyone else. But if there was nothing extra, then
So,
that's all I can think of.
We do have to do one more thing. Those of you with hazard suits on, are you still wearing them?
What? Should I remove it?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess Dr. Baring and
Dr. Baring doesn't have one.
well,
Dawson
yeah,
had to take his off.
for the pod.
The reason why I ask is because the longer you have them on, the more air supply you might be sucking down. So we're gonna have to make an air supply roll if you guys are still wearing them.
Yeah, I mean, unless yeah.
Alright. Remind me what I roll for that.
Yeah, what do we roll?
I don't remember how much air each of you had because everybody had stuff that
I'm
went
down
down.
to
It was a
2.
maximum of 4, and then you started
Right.
losing air.
I had nuts. Let me get double check.
Yeah,
I think they have 2 left because they've
I
used
think
2, right?
Sweetman was down to 2. No,
Yeah.
so one of you still had 3. Dawson still had 3.
Fine.
I don't remember what Dr. Salvatore had, and I don't remember what Graves had.
I'm pretty sure I had 2 as well.
Okay. So with
think I-
that,
I have it marked in my consumables.
all right. So all you do is roll. So you had a max of 4. So whatever you're missing, roll the remainder, and you're looking for no ones.
So,
So 2 dice, no ones.
Roll
No
2
ones.
dice. If you get any ones, your air supply goes down.
I got a 1.
No ones.
Fine.
No ones.
No.
It doesn't
No.
matter for Jack Dawson though. You're already out of the suit.
Yeah, you already had the suit, man.
Yeah. Have to
Yeah,
cut that
I'm-
thing open and get to keep your guts in.
I lost some air supply. I'm down.
So Dr. Salvatore lost some.
we don't get anything for
Graves-
successes, do we?
No, you don't. You don't get
Okay,
extra
well, then,
air. It's just.
Is there
it's
any
just-
way to replenish from where we're at?
There's
Well,
not.
if we find more
not that you
air,
can see. If you find more canisters, you can.
when we do a search to see if there are any in here, probably not.
You guys looked pretty thoroughly through this area. You don't see anything.
Isn't there a half-filled one from Dawson's suit that got torn
Dawson's would still have. You still have some air in it. Yes.
open? Yeah.
So Dawson's putting his suit back on, I imagine.
I'm assuming he's gonna put it back on.
He's
Well, I mean,
already
if I
getting
can,
some
I
close.
that's why
Sure.
I made the rule because
Yeah, you can. Well, then you're down. You're down 1, Dawson. You're down to 2 now. Dr. Baring does not have a suit.
I don't need a suit.
He doesn't need a suit.
He's raw dogging it.
Exactly.
Are there any bunny suits in here? Like, surely they would we have seen any in the corridor leading in?
No. You
Just-
don't see any.
Okay.
If you guys are, what are we doing at this point? Are we proceeding deeper into the facility? Are we? What's the game plan?
I'm gonna go to Dr. Salvatore and I'm just gonna thank her for letting us get down here so that we can get healed up. And I'm gonna
Yes.
apologize to her just for. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be obstinate. I just literally were dying. Just wanted to get to the med pods, but no, this is you're almost to the heart of it. This hideous nest of abominations that Dr. How do you pronounce it? Volkova? Volkova? That Dr. Volkova was behind. I'm a xenotechnologist. This is not. I don't even work with genetics normally, but this is This is what I've been doing, is trying to get this all together to figure out exactly what it is.
I'd like to roll manipulation to make sure to see if I actually believe him, that that's all he was doing this whole time.
Sure.
And I failed it all, so I probably trust him. Like, okay.
Probably no reason to even
legit.
roll. You're like, okay, I guess he knows
Things
what he's doing. So you go, are you proceeding further in, or are we doing something else?
What about... I'm concerned about Kim. What should we do in this situation? Because, I mean, honestly...
There's like 40 guys, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
I guess... Good luck, Kim.
I believe I saw her coughing on the monitor. It's okay.
So, Dr. Bering, have you discovered a way to not have anyone turn out the way that all of these other individuals have turned out once they've been exposed to the resin?
I haven't actually done any real work. I'm clowning around earlier just for fun because it was awesome. But most of my work is really not related to this type of genetics. I'm more of an administrator here. If anything, what I've done is tried to slow down and just see if we can figure out what's going on to stop it, because we don't have an answer to that. I mean, this is a house of horrors.
Well then.
We originally came just because it was non-respond, or did we come because we were studying their red vial?
So, Dr. Salvatore is...
I told you it was because the site went black. We just...
That there's somehow for some reason there was no contact. Dr. Salvatore has ulterior motives, but
yes, I know. But didn't I know I don't know those, but didn't Ramirez say that they've only been like black for like 6 hours or something like that?
Yeah, it wasn't very long. No.
You didn't hear that.
Okay.
No, it didn't go dark for very long. Now there is something like scrambling communications down here, and that's Dr. Bering doesn't know what it is either.
I am actually, thank you for reminding me, I'm going to pull out the red vial that I originally came here for, and I'm going to hand it to Dr. Bering. Say, I found this in the medical wing of the colony, and I'm not sure what this is, but it was a mist that was kind of staying in place in one of the rooms. Do you have any ideas what this could be?
As a player talking to the game mother, I don't know the answer to this.
No.
Okay.
You take a look at it. You're not sure what that is.
It could be a cinnamon sauce. I do know they like to get creative with the food down here, but I probably wouldn't eat it.
Question: does he actually see a red mist?
Yes.
Okay.
All of you do.
I wasn't 100% sure it wasn't all in her head. So
exactly. You guys you do see
it's an
something.
Empty vial.
Now I will say, like,
well, you never showed anyone.
I will say it's very faint, very faint.
Wait, so it's an actual like a glass vial with a faint red pink vapor inside it that's moving of its own accord?
That's just kind of like swirling inside of it.
Don't even know that we had it, or was that something that was just in the lab I hadn't even seen yet?
No, you've never seen this before.
Okay, I'll say exactly that truthfully, whether she was yeah. I know there's a lot here that just haven't been uncovered yet, but whatever that substance is, apparently part of that also has been uncovered. So
give me an observation.
Please be careful,
quick, Dr. Bering.
All right,
actually, now that we think we're doing this because Dr. Salvatore failed the roll to discover what it is, but you might not.
5 plus 3. Do I get any bonuses for equipment around here, or is this just looking at the vial?
No, this is just looking at the vial, and this is an observation roll in reference to your memory.
Oh, okay. All right, 3 here. I got 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. You look at it for a second, Dr. Bering, and you cock your head, and you're like, you have seen this before. all of you saw this at one point. This looks just like the mist that was emanating from a certain pink flower that made people hallucinate and see weird things as it tried to lure them to their deaths.
All right, it's time to go back to the colony. Let's head back.
I don't know if you guys were aware, but there is a large group of armed individuals at the top. We cannot go back the way we came. We've got to find another way out.
Dr. Bering has linked up to his PDT. He has camera feeds from the first floor. You go to pull them up, and all of them are not functioning. You have no eyes up top. It's just static.
Buttons.
Yeah, he's trying to get you a video, audio, anything. There's nothing.
Does Dr. Bering have an alternate route out of here, or is there only a single?
Wait a second, I got a question. I'm going to try and. Do the laboratories have internal temperature sensors?
Yes, they do.
Can I try to patch it into any of the laboratories up there to see if we see a change in the temperature of perhaps a group of humans going through?
Yeah. Give me a contact roll, Dr. Bering. Let's see how you do.
I'm going to push it.
Okay. Go and push it. Your stress goes up by 1 for a push.
Yep. I love it. Okay, one success.
One success. With one success, Dr. Bering, as you're kind of typing feverishly away, it is a little more humid down here. You see that there are several corridors upstairs that are much hotter than they normally are when there's no one inside. Probably readings that there are bodies inside of them, and there's a few different rooms. There is a large cluster of a large amount of heat coming out of the corridor where the elevator is located that links down to this floor and the one below it.
I'm going to point that out, that they're clearly on the way here. Would I know of another exit or a way to pull up perhaps there's an old outdated mining map through the scariest part of the complex?
This is all you have. This is the only exit you know of is that elevator and the stairwell.
Was there a particular type choke point on the way here?
Any of these corridors could be used as a choke point.
Okay. How much deeper does this facility go?
There is another level to this facility, but it hasn't been excavated. There's only a little, and Dr. Bering would be able to tell you, there's only 2 more rooms in this floor that you're able to actually access. There's only 2 more spaces, I should say.
Dr. Bering, what's in the rest of the rooms that you're aware of? Anything we should be mindful of?
What's in the rest of the rooms?
The next section is known as the Symbiotic Virology Lab. And then you come into the central vault that has not been breached. There's an access, almost like a shaft, that what you guys were able to open up, but there's a vault down below that no one has been able to get into, and you suspect that's where Volkova's primary research was located.
Like we haven't had the time to get in there, or it's got some kind of code lock that we can't get past.
Yeah, there's some kind of encryption that has kept all of you out, despite lots of effort. It's just something that's going to take a lot of time.
And that's where the UPP individuals have gone, the ones that broke in initially, because they were talking about.
Yeah, that's what you kind of understand. Yes, that's where that helmet feed was linked up to. Was probably something down below, more than likely trying to gain access to that vault. And who knows what's in there.
I don't feel like fighting 40 people. Are there any vents down here that we could hide in?
There are various ventilation shafts and things of that sort, yes.
Maybe we could let them pass us and just leave. But then we won't be able to save Kim.
Is there any experiments that could be released?
I don't think the torso or any of these.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in this area. In the next area, in the virology lab, there are
things.
Between this, all the pathogen was exposed in the pathogen lab where you were, but there are backup containers and things within the next lab where there's been studies of research done into various bioweapons that could be released on unsuspecting people. Yes.
That surely would not go wrong if we started throwing those compounds across the room into an aerosol. I can't imagine anything bad with that. No. No.
Yeah, plus we don't, since everything seems to be connected, if that blob of resin is I mean, we don't know if it would control them or if they would have earned their own consciousness or not. So we may just be giving it weapons against us.
Morena speaks up. Those 40 men are going to have to cut their way through all those creatures that chased us down here.
Exactly.
We are assuming that those creatures... Oh, yeah, because we saw a UPP that had been eviscerated and pulled in the tube.
Yes,
okay.
for sure.
It wasn't just gunfire.
That's what I meant.
Nope. They will, more than likely, they're going to have to fight their way through all of that to even get down here.
God.
Maybe we just make a defensive position and just wait.
Maybe we should just hide and let them... and jump out at them, surprise them.
I think we need to move down further and... What was his name? Kranich?
Dr. Kranich.
Kranich.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to move down further and take out Dr. Kranich.
I'll lead the way.
And as far as it is,
I'm gonna ask, why do you think Dr. Kranich would do all of this?
He's a danger to the colony.
Manipulation?
Yeah, go ahead and roll manipulation roll, Grace.
A manipulation roll?
Yes, you are. You're trying to lie to Dr. Salvatore. You know full and well why this man is probably, Dr. Salvatore failed completely, so no roll needed.
You're above reproach.
She has no idea that you decided to roast the gypsies, one might say.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad about letting him go. I can't believe he would do all this. I misread him.
We should have killed him when we met him.
I can't believe I misread him so badly.
On that note, are you guys pressing into the virology lab?
Is that where we got to go through to keep going deeper, I guess?
Yes, just one more section, and then you get to the actual the shaft, at least to the vaults. Who is going to be the first one through the pressure door?
I will.
Dr. Barron, you move to the door. It opens. This has a biohazard containment pressurized room.
Are there suits?
There are suits in it.
Yay! Are these suits contaminated, or they look like they've been maintained?
They look okay. if you guys would like to put them on.
I guess I'm the only one not in the suit, right?
Are there any more air canisters?
There are air canisters. You guys can refill.
Sure, I'll put a suit on that's going to allow us to hide better.
That's put this kind of bulky biohazard suit on. You get four air now. All of you guys refill your air. Everyone's air goes back up to 4. The kind of airlock. Both doors have to be closed and pressurized before it'll open. So all of you cram yourself in. I'm assuming all of you are going in at once. Okay. You cram yourself in. The door behind you closes. The one in front of you opens with a hiss of pressurized air, exhaling a cloud of mist that rolls along the floor like smoke. The lights inside are dim. Only a handful of emergency lamps flicker weakly from the corners, bathing everything in a sickly amber glow. The temperature here is even warmer, humid, thick with the scent of ammonia and metal. The air feels heavy, cleaning to your throats, or you imagine cleaning to your throats. Everything would probably taste of copper, oil, and decay. The lab itself is circular, with tiered levels descending toward a recessed central chamber. The walls curve inward, unnaturally, as if the room wasn't built, but grown. The geometry subtly alien and disorienting. You can't tell where human construction ends and something older begins. Banks of shattered containment cylinders line the outer wall. Some still hum faintly, others lie open, dripping viscous black fluid that glistens under the emergency lights. The liquid moves sluggishly, almost alive, its surface rippling towards vibrations as you begin to step into the room. As you walk in, the central pit stands a ring of glass observation tanks, half filled with murky fluid. Inside, the remains of failed experiments drift like wreckage, pale, boneless shapes curled into fetal poses, strands of dark tissue still pulsing faintly. The tanks are covered in frost and grime, but on one of them, there's a handprint smeared across the glass, blood, fresh enough that it still looks red. The fingers appear to be it looks like human proportions for the hand, but the fingers are too long. Faint light strobes through a crack in the ceiling, casting moving shadows that seem to stretch and recoil across the walls. For a second, one shadow looks almost humanoid. Then the lights flicker, and it's gone. As all that happens, you begin to hear this, I should say you see something interesting. Specifically, you see what appears to be a consoles and tablets with holo displays that are frozen in mid-experiment. You hear condensation dripping slowly from somewhere in the vents above you. Faint clicking echoes, soft, almost deliberate, rhythmic, not mechanical. The noise stops whenever you guys stop to kind of look around.
The dripping of the condensation or the faint clicking?
The clicking noises.
And do they sound like they were coming from the vents?
It sounds like it's coming from above, yes.
Not standing under the vents.
So there are like consoles and tablets and glass slides, holo displays kind of like scattered around various rooms, DNA overlays comparing multiple unknown species, diagrams showing cellular reactions to pathogen exposure, viral structures forming organized lattice patterns inside of random growths. There's a brief power surge and a A research log flashes for a moment. Subject DNA demonstrates partial alignment with non-terrestrial neural encoding. The feed cuts replaced by static. There's a brief flash of a heat map silhouette on one screen. A humanoid, tall, broad-shouldered outline tilts its head, looking directly at the camera, and then the image collapses back into static.
Tall and skinny.
It's hard to tell. It's a heat image.
Does it look weirdly elongated?
It was brief. Hard to tell.
A little bit of ridges on the head, perhaps, if Canon style.
You just saw kind of a humanoid shape for a moment, and then nothing. There's a workbench near the back of the room that holds broken instruments, blades, clamps, something that looks like some kind of strange piece of metal fused to a diagnostic scanner. The metal is black and scorched and unnaturally heavy.
How big is it?
It's a hefty chunk. It's a little bit bigger than your fist. It's smooth. Not made by human hands.
If I start walking again, am I going to start hearing the clicking again?
You begin to walk, and yes, more clicking noises.
I'm going to stop.
How loud's the clicking? Everyone hear it?
It's very subtle. All of you can hear it. It appears to be coming from the vents.
And I try to stealthily walk towards one of the research consoles.
Give me a mobility roll, Dr. Salvatore.
Let's see. This big bunny suit. I'm gonna push the roll.
All right.
I do not want to. Bloop. And that's no good. All right. Well, now I have to add a stress die to that. Oh, the stress die was a success. So I have one success.
One success. You move over to one of the consoles.
Scooby-Doo sneak.
You don't hear the clicking noises.
I'm gonna look at everyone else kind of like... And is there anything obvious on here that I can grab without making a ton of noise? It might tell me anything about this room.
You can give me a ComTech roll.
I'm gonna point to Jack and he's got great mobility. He'll be fine.
All right, so I need a stealth first, and then do
it's ComTech. Up to you. Sure.
Yeah.
My gun's pointed at
the ceiling.
The ceiling, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty good at stealth. I say that, and I only rolled one out of like 11 dice.
All right. You move on over quietly. Give me a ComTech roll, Jack.
Two successes on the ComTech.
You move over to the station. You begin to type in, and suddenly the workstation floods the room with cold blue light as the system reboots, revealing corrupted log entries, and various other stations hum back to life. What you see reading across the screen is UPP Volkova Cross-Integration Trial Phase 3 External Donor Genome. Donor origin classified. Notes: gene pattern does not match known engineer or human sequences. Neural density exceptional. Strength index beyond projected control. There's a corrupted audio clip in Volkova's voice, quiet, strained, almost reverent. It's not about control anymore. We can't control it, but maybe it can teach us how to listen. As you investigate, the emergency lights dim and flicker violently. For 3 seconds, everything goes completely dark. And then there's a flash of movement reflected in the cracked glass of a containment tank. Something tall and bipedal standing behind Dawson. And that's where we're going to take our first break.